You wake to a quiet that feels too loud. The room is dark, the clock glows like a small, stern moon, and one thought hits with a cold edge. The rent, the bill, the number you did not want to see. Your chest tightens. You try to reason with it, but the mind begins to run. You picture the email you still have not answered. You picture the due date circling closer. You picture the balance that looks thin. The night expands. Every shadow grows teeth. I know this hour, so did Florence. She called it the hour when fear pretends to be wisdom. It brings a list of what could go wrong and calls it preparation. It brings pictures of lack and calls it realism. But it is not wisdom. It is only a voice that forgot who the source is. Hear me. Money is not a master. Money is not the judge of your future. Money is a servant and a channel. Channels change. Source does not. When Florence said the word "is your wand," she did not mean magic for show. She meant a clean command that turns you back to the real supply. She meant a sentence so simple a child can say it and feel the room soften. You are not alone in this night. Many hearts are awake with the same remembered bill and the same tight breath. Many look at the same screen and feel smaller than the number. But the law is the same for each of us. What you speak with belief becomes the path under your feet. If you speak fear, fear organizes your day. If you speak order, order answers. If you speak source, the channels begin to move and the way opens that you could not plan. Stop looking at the number like it is a mountain you must climb in one step. It is not a mountain, it is a door. Doors open when the right key is used. Tonight the key is not a spreadsheet. Tonight the key is your word. Not any word, a clean word. A word that places money in its proper place and restores God to the first place. That is what under grace means. It means the clean way, the safe way, the way that does not harm you or others, the way that fits like a perfect shoe. I will not argue with your fear. It came because you care. It came because you want to be faithful and pay what you owe. Good. Keep the care and drop the terror. Terror is not a guide. It wastes your sleep and dulls your morning. Grace is a guide. Grace is good order. Grace is a path you can walk with a steady step. Listen to your breath. It knows how to count the seconds in peace. Let every inhale be a little vote for trust. Let every exhale be a little release of the picture that hurts you. As you breathe, notice what fear says. It speaks in rushing. It says hurry. It says you will be late. It says you will be judged. That is not the voice you follow. You were not made to be pulled by a leash called panic. You were made to govern your inner house with a quiet hand. There is a sentence we will use in this night. It is short. It is strong. It is older than your worry. It does not fight the bill. It does not deny the due date. It places both in right order under a higher law. Money obeys God, not fear, not doom, not the last thing a stranger posted about the economy. Your supply has a name, and it is not your job title, not your client list, not your last mistake. Your supply is God. Say this with me in your heart now, even before your lips move. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. Feel what changes when those words stand in your room. Something quiet begins to collect the scattered parts of you. The mind that was running begins to walk. The body that was bracing begins to release. The picture of lack loses some of its color. This is not denial. This is alignment. When Florence taught the law of the word, she invited us to stop being weather inside our own house. She asked us to shut the window to the storm and light the lamp of the decree. Your night is not the time to solve the whole month. Your night is the time to set the current. A river needs only the right bend to reach the sea. Give your mind that bend. Place the source first, then let the channels arrange. This is how doors appear where there was only wall. This is how a delayed payment finds its movement. This is how a small idea for the morning becomes a step that leads to another step, and so on, until the number that looked large becomes a story of how law works. When a child is afraid of the dark, we do not debate the shadow. We turn on a light and hold their hand for a moment. Treat yourself the same way. You are not foolish for feeling worry. You are just early to the work of faith tonight. Let your words be the light. Simple words, clear words. You do not need to perform. You only need to agree with truth. The word is law. The law is love in order. Love never humiliates you. Love never leaves you without a next right step. Love never takes from another to give to you. Under grace means the way that blesses both giver and receiver, the way that keeps your heart clean and your head high. Perhaps you remember a past night when fear also sat on your chest. Perhaps you also remember that morning came and the world did not end. Learn from that memory. Panic writes long tales that never happen. Peace writes instructions that you can follow. Tonight we choose peace, not a vague wish, a decision, a sentence, a breath, another sentence, a soft hand upon the heart, the small lamp turned on. You are not trying to make God care. You are letting yourself remember that God already cares. You are not trying to move a distant power. You are moving the words in your own mouth so they stop cutting you and start carrying you. Florence often said to cast the burden on the Christ within and go free. That is not a dramatic act, it is a simple transfer. You place the heavy picture into hands stronger than yours, and you take up the light work that is yours alone. Sleep. Wake. Do the next small step. Keep your word clean. Let grace govern the timing. Now the room is still here. The clock still glows. The bill still exists. We do not pretend otherwise. But the order has changed. The source has been named. The servant has been told to obey. Money obeys God, not fear, under grace. Let this sentence sit beside your bed like a friend on a chair. Let it keep watch while you rest. Let it shape the morning you are about to meet. Keep your hand where it was, over the heart. Feel the steady beat. That rhythm is older than your worry. Let it teach you something Florence never tired of saying in many ways. Order begins inside, then life answers outside. The law we speak of is not a rule to fear, but a way things work, as sure as seed becomes a tree when it finds good ground. Your word is that seed. Your mind and heart are the ground. Your life is the tree that grows. When we say the word is law, we mean this. Spoken belief sets a pattern, and life is quick to copy it. The world listens in two places, your lips and your habits. Your lips set direction. Your habits keep the direction. That is why a clean sentence, repeated with quiet trust, is not small. It is a steering wheel. Panic spins it left and right. Peace holds it straight. There is a name for the path this steering takes, under grace. Under grace means the clean way, the way that blesses, not bruises, the way that completes a need without stealing from another, the way that fits you so well it feels almost obvious in hindsight. Under grace means timing that doesn't crush you. It means doors that open without you breaking a lock. It means you remain whole while you receive what is yours. And here is the center line we must draw again. God is source. Money is a channel. Channels change. Source does not. Jobs change. Clients change. Markets rise and fall like tides. Even your own skills grow through seasons. But the ocean that feeds every river is steady. Call the ocean by its name. When you do, the river you need finds its path. You do not chase water down every alley. You stand where you are and speak to the source, then watch the channels arrange. You may ask, but how can a sentence do so much? Because a sentence is not just sound, it is alignment. It gathers scattered thoughts and points them in one direction. It refuses the picture of doom and replaces it with a lawful picture. Need met, bill paid, path shown. It is a small, steady hammer that breaks the stone of fear, not with shouting, but with rhythm. One tap, then another, then another. Even granite yields to patience. Think of the inner life as a courtroom that opens each night. Anxiety walks in like a noisy lawyer, waving papers and demanding judgment. If you say nothing, fear wins by default. But when you rise and speak the lawful word, the room shifts. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. That is not a plea. That is a decree. You are not begging. You are placing things in their proper order. God first, then channels. Law first, then feeling. Peace first, then plan. There is another quiet key Florence taught. The name I am is your legal identity in spirit. What you tie to I am often finds a way to live. Tie peace to it. Tie provision to it. Tie steadiness to it. Do not tie lack to it. Do not marry yourself to words that bend your back. If you must describe a need, do it like a messenger, not a poet of disaster. I am guided. I am supplied. I am shown the next step. These are not decorations. They are permissions you grant your day. Perhaps you worry that this is all too simple for real life. Then let real life show its record. How many nights did worry fix your finances? How many mornings did exhaustion make you wise? Simplicity is not weakness. It is clarity. Clarity lets help find you. Clarity lets your own mind see the one next action that was hiding under noise. Under grace also guards the conscience. We do not command at others' expense. We do not pull from one plate to fill ours. The same grace that feeds you feeds them. This is why peace accompanies true supply. If unease grows as money comes, you may be outside grace, paying a heavy price for a quick result. Come back to order. Say the clean sentence again. Wait until the path feels honest inside your chest. Notice how the body answers truth. Shoulders soften. Jaw releases. Breath deepens on its own. The head grows quiet enough to hear a nudge. Send that email, check that message, look again at that invoice, list one small item for sale, ask the friend who offered help last month, review the subscription that leaks each week. These are simple channels. They are not dramatic, and that is their power. Drama spends energy. Order restores it. Some will say, "Show me first, then I will speak in faith." But that is like asking the mirror to smile before you do. The mirror has no will of its own. It answers. The inner law goes first, the outer follows. When you strike the tuning fork of your word, life seeks the same note. Give it a clear tone to follow. Do not shout. Do not bargain. Speak like someone whose house has a foundation. And remember this mercy. If your word shakes, speak anyway. If your voice is small, speak anyway. You are not being graded for theater. You are agreeing with truth. Each agreement adds weight to the scale. Soon the balance tips. What was heavy to push becomes easy to roll. This is how grace moves. Quietly, steadily, often through small doors that pride would have walked past. Keep the sentence close. Keep the meaning closer. Money obeys God. Not fear, under grace. When the old reflex returns, and it may, answer it with the same order, not with anger at yourself, but with a soft repetition. Train the room of your mind to stand when truth enters. Let your word be the bell that calls all thoughts to attention. Stand them where they belong, need to the left, supply to the right, you at the center, God above all. Now the night feels different. The bill is still due, but it no longer sits in the throne. The throne is taken. That is what the law does. It enthrones the true king inside, and the kingdom without begins to reflect it. From that seat, you will hear in good time the one right step to take, not 10 steps, one. And when you take it, another appears, just enough light for the next few feet of road. That is grace. That is supply. That is the word, doing what it was always meant to do, govern in love. Stay where you are. Keep the room simple. One lamp, one breath, one sentence. We are going to set the night in order, and we will do it gently. Nothing to prove, nothing to force. Imagine Florence at your bedside with that calm, smiling certainty. She would not rush you. She would only guide you back to what works. Place one hand over your heart and the other on your belly. Feel the rise and fall. This is your inner metronome. Let it slow you down. We will breathe in a small square so the body remembers safety. Inhale through the nose to 4. Hold for 4. Exhale through the mouth to 4. Rest for 4. That is 1 square. We will draw 3 squares together. Begin now. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Rest. One more. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Rest. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tongue soften from the roof of your mouth. Let your eyes grow warm and heavy, as if they know a kind secret. Fear loves shallow breath and fast thoughts. Peace loves rhythm. With rhythm, the nervous system puts its tools down. It stops scanning the walls for trouble. It returns to its right work. You have just given it a friendly instruction. All is well enough for now. In this softness, your word will land like a seed in good ground. Now lift your chin a little, not with pride, but with dignity. When you speak, speak as one who belongs in their own life. We will say a clean sentence 3 times, not loud, not stiff, clear and slow so meaning can soak in. I will cue you, then leave space for your voice. Say with me now, money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. Again, with a little more ease, as if the words are a warm coat. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. One last time and let it place everything where it belongs. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. Be quiet for a moment. Feel how the room receives what you just said. The sentence moves over the worry like a steady hand over wrinkled cloth. It smooths. It does not argue with the bill. It puts the bill back in the file drawer, marked to be handled in the morning. Your inner house has heard the order. The servant has bowed. The throne is not empty. If your mind tries to wander back to the old picture, be gentle. We do not wrestle with shadows. We turn on a light. Touch the place over your heart with 2 fingers and whisper the sentence once more, softer than the lamp. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. Whispering tells the body this is intimate, not frantic. It lets truth enter without drama. Now bring your attention to the bridge of the nose, to the space between the brows. Imagine a small door there that opens to a clear morning. Not a perfect morning, a clear one. See yourself doing one simple action that belongs to you. A call returned, a reply sent, a number checked, a small amount moved to the right place. Do not build a castle. Build a step. Let that step glow with the same phrase you just spoke. It is guided. It is honest. It is enough for the first light. Listen inside for any nudge. If nothing comes, rest. If a tiny idea arrives, nod to it. You do not have to hold it tight right now. Trust that it will wait for you on the other side of sleep. The law does not forget. The law is precise. It will bring the thought back like a friend tapping your shoulder when the sun is up. We will close the ritual with one more square of breath, so the word you spoke settles deeper than the noise of the day. Inhale to 4, hold to 4, Exhale to 4, rest to 4. Feel how the breath carries the decree through the chest, through the belly, down the legs, into the floor. You are rooted. You are supplied. You are not chasing money across the night. You are letting channels find you because the source has been named. If tears come, let them come. They wash out the grit of fear. If a smile rises, let it rise. It is the body's way of saying yes. You do not need a sign in the sky. You need a steady heart and a clean mouth. You have both now. The room is the same, but you are not. That is what real prayer does. It changes the governor inside so that life can change its course outside. I will give you a small benediction in the style Florence loved. I cast this burden of worry on the Christ within, and I go free. Do not make it heavy, make it plain. Picture placing a sack from your back onto strong, kind hands. You do not throw your duties away. You let the weight that is not yours be carried by the one who can. You keep the light part, the next right step. That is grace. Stay with the feeling of a quiet room where order has taken the chair. There is nothing to fix this minute. There is only the soft work of receiving. You have spoken the law. It will do what law does. It will organize the channels. It will show you what to do when it is time to do it. Until then, rest as if rest were an act of obedience, because tonight it is. Before you let your eyes close, let the decree stand once more in the air, like a lantern hung on a hook. Say it as if you were setting it to guard the door. Money obeys God, not my fear under grace. Leave it there. Let it keep watch while you sleep. Let it meet you at the edge of morning, when we will turn word into one small action and let the day answer in kind. Morning comes like a soft knock. You do not have to leap to answer. Breathe once and remember what you set in the night. The decree is already standing by the door like a quiet guard. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. Let those words greet you before any screen does. Let them be the first sound that returns your house to order. Rename your alarm in your mind if you didn't last night. God is my source. When that name rings, it does more than wake you. It positions you. You rise not as a collector of worries, but as a steward of a small, exact task. The night gave you a seed of a thought, one simple action. You do not need 5. You need 1. When Florence wrote about the law of now, she did not mean frantic work. She meant the next right step taken in faith, leaving the weight of results to grace. Sit at the edge of the bed and place your feet on the floor as if you were grounding into quiet earth. Put your hand to your heart the way you did before sleep. Whisper the decree once, not as a performance but as a placement. Then ask gently, what is the one step that belongs to me this morning? Do not strain for a grand answer. The law loves plain paths. A reply rises like a small light. Send that email. Verify that invoice. Move a modest amount into the right account. Call the person you promised to call. List the item you meant to list. Cancel the subscription that leaks each week. Review a due date and put it on the calendar with a calm note. You know your step when it feels honest and doable within the first light of the day. Write the step on paper with the date. 1 line is enough. This is not a novel. It is a contract between your word and your hands. Reading it aloud once ties it to I am guided. I am supplied. I am doing this now. Then do it. Quiet, steady, without argument. If it takes 10 minutes, let it take 10 minutes and be done. If it takes 15, let it fill 15 and not one more. Do not decorate the task with doom. Do not invite 12 cousins of the task to breakfast. Complete the one you named. Completion is a bell that calls more order into the room. If money must leave your hand this morning, let it go with a blessing rather than a flinch. Florence taught us to speak to the bill and to the coin. As you pay, say with a low, clear voice, I pay in joy and see it return to me multiplied under grace. Joy is not giggling at your statement. Joy is clean willingness. It keeps the channel open. It tells your nervous system there is no robbery here. Money is a servant obeying right order, moving from one useful place to another, and it knows how to return by law. If your step is to ask with the dignity of a child who knows the house is stocked. No pleading in your tone. State what is needed. State what is true. Thank them for their time. Grace governs timing as well as doors. If your step is to wait for a reply, then wait like a farmer who has watered the seed, alert but untroubled. Waiting is not idleness when it follows obedience. It is part of the rhythm of supply. Notice the small signs that answer your decree. They do not have to be loud. A message appears that was stuck. A charge is reversed without a fight. A discount shows where you did not expect one. A friend remembers and sends what they promised, or the sign is inward. The chest is not a fist anymore. The mind stops circling the same stone. You taste your breakfast instead of chewing your thoughts. Name 3 such signs to yourself before noon. They are not superstition. They are witnesses that the word you spoke last night did not vanish in the dark. It traveled. It worked. It arranged. Keep your speech clean while you move. Decline the little temptations to curse your account, to call yourself unlucky, to prophesy against your own day. The law is listening even when you joke. Choose language that a child could repeat without harm. I am provided for. I find favor today. The right channel opens at the right time, under grace. This is not pretending. It is building the rail your day will ride. If resistance rises, and it often does when old habits see new order, meet it the way you met fear in the night. Do not wrestle the shadow. Turn on the light. Whisper the decree and take the next inch of the step. Send one sentence of the email if the whole paragraph feels heavy. Open the banking app and look at one number with calm eyes. Break the task into a kindness you can actually do. Kindness to self is not laziness. It is efficient. Harshness drains. Kindness completes. There is a quiet honor in finishing a small thing early. It sets the tone for the rest of your hours the way a tuning note steadies an orchestra. When that one step is done, close it like a door. Put a small check mark next to the line you wrote. Say, thank you, and mean it. Gratitude is a practical tool, not a sentiment only. It seals the channel so what came through does not leak back out through complaint. Eat something simple. Drink water. Step into the day as if the floor were trustworthy. Keep your eyes out for the next rightful action, but do not patrol your life like a guard afraid of a breach. You are not living under siege. You are living under grace. When the next step becomes clear, you will know, because it will rhyme with peace even if it asks for courage. Obedience to the small nudge is how large sums learn your address. Florence said large sums of money come to me quickly, under grace, in perfect ways. Hear the grammar of that line. Large sums, quickly, perfect ways, but under grace. The speed and size never outrun the safety. If a door you try does not open today, bless it and move to a door that does. Some channels are not yours. Pressing them harder is not faith. It is noise. Return to the source. Say the sentence again in your chest and let the river choose a new bend. God has more than one route to your need. He is never constrained by the path you assumed. By midday, remind yourself what this drill was for. Not to fix your whole life before lunch, but to align the day with law so help can find you. If you must speak about your finances, speak as someone in covenant, not in chaos. I'm handling things under grace. I took care of my step this morning. That is not spin. That is stewardship of your atmosphere. And if the old ache taps your shoulder later, do what you now know. Pause, Breathe in a short square, place a hand to your heart, and say the decree once. Then pick up the next inch of obedience. This is how a week turns, how a month turns, how a story turns. Not by drama, but by a faithful rhythm. Word at night, step in the morning, thanks at noon. Money obeys God, not fear, under grace. Keep this current. Let it carry you farther than striving ever did. The day has moved, and you have moved with it. Before evening arrives, gather the small proofs you met along the way. Do not rush past them. Count them softly like shells in a pocket. A reply that came without effort. A charge that dropped away. A quiet inside your chest that would not have stayed last week. These are not accidents. They are answers to a word that was spoken in faith and kept in motion by one clean step. Florence loved to seal a thing so drifting thoughts would not undo it. Sealing is not a performance. It is a gentle close, like turning the key on a door you already shut. You bless the day you lived. You return the throne to its rightful king. You refuse to let fear rewrite a story that grace is already writing well. As evening draws near, keep the lamp low and your voice lower still. Sit where you sat last night. Place your hand over your heart. Let the body remember the safe rhythm we taught it. Do not chase feelings. Invite order. Breathe once, slow and even, and thank the day for what it brought. Work done. Doors tried. Doors opened. Doors delayed for a reason you may learn soon. Speak to the bill if one still waits. Call it by name the way Florence did. Calm, not angry. Tell it. You are paid in the right way, at the right time, under grace. This is not make-believe. It is right placement. The bill is not your ruler, it is your record. Records are handled by law. Let the law do its work. Now say the decree, not as if you are trying to squeeze power from it, but as if you are tucking a child into bed. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. Leave a pause after each clause so meaning can sit down in the room. Money obeys God. Pause. Not my fear. Pause. Under grace. Rest. If regret tries to visit, an error you made, a chance you missed, do not let it preach. Tell it. I forgive myself under grace. I am guided to repair in right ways. Forgiveness is not permission to drift. It is a bridge that returns you to good ground faster than shame ever could. Shame scatters. Grace gathers. Let yourself be gathered. Picture tomorrow, but only in a small circle of light. See the one step that already wants to meet you in the morning. Do not drag the whole week into your lap. There is holiness in a single inch done well. When you honor the inch, the mile comes looking for you. If you kept a small list today, close it with a mark that means enough. Do not keep reopening what is complete. Do not call finished things unfinished with your mouth. Your words hold more weight than you think. Say, this part is done, and let done be a prayer of trust. Before sleep, write 3 witnesses from this day. 1 outward sign. 1 inward sign, 1 act of obedience you actually did. Keep them in the same notebook, on the same page if you can. In a week, you will see a pattern. A life that once felt like loose thread now braids into strength. This is how the mind learns to expect good instead of bracing for harm. This is how faith becomes your default weather. We will set a 7-night rhythm, simple enough for anyone to keep. Each night, the square breath, the decree said 3 times, the whisper with the hand to the heart, the small picture of tomorrow's step. Each morning, 1 clean action. Each noon, name 3 witnesses. If you miss a beat, return without scolding. Law is patient. Grace has no stopwatch. Some will ask you, what changed? You can tell them the truth in 1 sentence. I put God back in the first place and spoke like it was real. If they want to argue, Bless them and keep your rhythm. Debate is a poor engine. Peace pulls better. Now I will give you a seal in Florence's spirit, simple and strong. I cast the burden of lack and haste on the Christ within. I go free into ordered supply. Let the words carry the weight out of your hands. Keep what is yours, the next easy obedience, and put down what is not, the anxiety that tries to be your manager. You have a better manager. Trust him with the ledger. As your eyes grow heavy, leave a lantern on the hook as we did the first night. Hang the same decree there to watch the door till morning. Money obeys God, not my fear, under grace. Let it stand guard over your sleep. Let it set the current in your dreams, so you wake already pointed toward good. If this teaching met you tonight, come closer to the table. We are building a house of quiet strength here. Subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson and the next prayer we will speak together. Like this video if it steadied your heart, and share it with the one friend who needs a clean word more than advice. In the comments, write morning sign when you see even a small witness tomorrow, so we can bless it with you and keep the rhythm as one family. Rest now. You have placed things in right order. The source is named. The channels are many. The law is kind. Sleep under grace. Wake supplied.